All right, we've done the whole stupid North London sing-along song, and we're live and recording. We're off. We've kicked off. Is this going to be the ceremonial changing of the guard? Let's see what happens at the start. For what it's worth, this is the type of game that Liverpool thrive in. We don't do good when other teams are playing the low block. For the 20 plus years that I've been watching Liverpool, we've never, ever been able to figure out those low and mid-tier table clubs that play the low block on us. Ever. But when teams come out and play wide open like Arsenal want to, we're pretty good. So let's see what happens. Arsenal won their last 5 in a row. Liverpool have not lost any of their last 5. So that's something. Apologies for my watch along stream over here. It still doesn't really know how to display the players there. So thinks Frimpong is starting up top, which is not the case. It's Gakpo up top. Gravenberg and McAllister is the double pivot, or probably Gravenberg is the pivot for sure, the one that drops between the center backs, and then McAllister and Szoboszlai is that kind of double pivot, and Kerkez and Bradley on the outside. So watch Bradley and Frimpong interchange on the right side of the pitch. Putting my socks on. It's super windy in LA today. It's not that hot. I stepped outside for the first time just now and wasn't that hot. Oh man, I forgot to get my Dr. Pepper. Need a drink. Need my drink, which is Dr. Pepper right now. It's what I have cold. I am quite the soda drinker. Quite the soda drinker. My chat top fans. How about any fans? Anybody. Leave me a chat message. I'll talk to you. Put the chat window over here so I can see it better. Man, it is coming down at it's where the fuck do they play now? The Emirates. Another airline or travel company or whatever, Emirates. I think that's an airline, yeah. Another airline, Middle Eastern airline sponsoring a Premier League club. Little sus. Here's to you, top 2 in the table. Yeah, looks like Gakpo's kind of playing up top, but Wirtz and gonna run in there too, and as will Mr. Dominic Szoboszlai. Trying to figure out where the right place in focus is. Focus is subtle. We're going to try this right here. If it's non-focus, you probably don't need to see my... Let's see if I turn over here. Oh, it went away. Probably don't need to see my ugly mug in focus anymore. 4K. I thought I haven't aged that much, and then I see myself in 4K, and I'm like, oh yeah, no, you definitely do not look as young as you did 10 years ago. You don't look as young as you think you look when you look in the mirror. That's basically what it is. I think that's what happens when you get older. You look in the mirror and you're like, yeah, I still look young, and then somebody young looks at you and they're probably like, okay, who the fuck is this old person? I'm reading the headlines at the bottom here. Thomas Frank will be remembered over Arsenal Cup nonsense. I don't know what that means. Got marketing. Alisson gives the ball away, and then got lucky because Arsenal were playing it back and kind of fell to Gorkras, who's wide open, but also coming back from an offside position, so he didn't go for it. So, that's not okay. Out to Bradley on the right side. Bradley looks like he's growing up in front of us, like just looks wise. Looks like, when he first started, he looked like a little kid, and he was. I mean, he's still young, but he looks like he's like kind of growing into his body, growing some facial hair, a real beard, real consistent beard that I would approve of, Oh, man. Let's see if today is the official changing of the guard. Because, if Arsenal win with all the draws and everything, you have to say that it'd be like Liverpool last year around this time when they started to pick up all that momentum and all those wins, and you started to go, you know what? Yep. They're starting to put it away, and Arsenal have the opportunity to start going down that path really today with all of the draws that have happened. Here's a ball over the top to Gyökeres. Don't do anything illegal, kids. In fact, did I say that this was made for kids? I hope not. Yeah, today's not about worrying about any of this. Today's actually all about watching Liverpool. Oh, that Arsenal Gyökeres brings it down. Gravenberg with a good tackle, but it falls to, who is that? Arsenal moving the ball around to Saka on the right side. Saka cuts it inside, crosses, good cross. One in the air by Bradley. Comes to Jesus. Plays it out to Declan Rice. Plays it back to, is that Trossard? Who the fuck is in defense for them? Oh, Hincop. All right. Well, tried to play it in for Timba, and it wasn't a bad. Okay, that's a better size. He took a shot. And Arsenal are really pressing Liverpool right now. Here's another ball over the top, and it comes to Trossard, headed out by Kanate. Trossard kind of hit it onto the ground. Gakpo tries to clear it, but doesn't really get it. Comes to Frimpong, not really. picked up by Hincapie. Hincapie. Hincapaya. I don't know how to say that. As many times I've seen the accent mark, I still don't know what technically it's supposed to do. I should, but I also feel like it changes depending on language. You know, like one language will be like, oh, that's like an A, and one language will be like, oh, that's like an I and E. It's like, oh, God damn it. Defeats the whole purpose of script. Saka on the right side, knocked out by Kirkaz. It's the right side for Arsenal. There's a corner for Saka. 11 minutes in. Saka to take. See what they do. He actually kind of does a normal corner, knocked out by Allison. They crowded him, but Wirtz wins the ball, gets the foul, and gets Trossard booked for the pullback. That's another nice thing about Wirtz is he worries defenders. There's a lot of traffic around Allison, but Allison a little desperately kind of punched it out. I don't know if Trossard really deserved a yellow card there, to tell you the truth. It's just not a good sign of officiating wanting to get involved this early for a yellow card for a pullback there. I mean, you could say maybe he was away, but that's a really advanced position to say that he's the last man deep in his own half. You know, like, I mean, he's fast. Works, don't get me wrong, but you got to think there's somebody that can cover the ground in a 90-yard sprint, 80-yard sprint. Arsenal bringing the ball, taken by McAllister. Gakpo at the midfield line, plays it to Zobozlai, plays it out to Frimpong on the right, top of the box. Now starts to bring it into the box, Frimpong, and then crosses it. Kind of weirdly cleared out by Arsenal. He crossed it at the most unexpected time, and it was like, what? Sign into chat. Does that mean I can sign in as somebody else? Okay, well, now I think I have to actually sign in as my... Okay, this will be like the last thing that I do is Arsenal bring it up. Okay. Bradley bringing it up, losing the ball. Bradley and Trossard having a little fair go, and you love to see that from Bradley. To just get under Trossard's skin, which also this my score thing thinks Trossard's the top defender, but obviously he's playing up on that left side for Arsenal, which right side for Liverpool in defense. So they directly battle each other. Here come Arsenal. Well, Trossard. No, that was... Oh, good little passage of play, only to lose it. I gotta figure out the Arsenal player numbers. Saka making some moves, turns. Trossard to Timber, back to Trossard. Now to is Saliba. Man, I really hope this is still streaming. And okay. I really hope this is still streaming. Okay, it's streaming. I was half expecting a goal to happen in all of that. I want to go get a Dr. Pepper, but here comes Saka to the touchline. He's offside. I am going to try to run and get a Dr. Pepper real quick. For some of you Brits, whoever see this, or people from other countries, Dr. Pepper, very American soda, made in Texas. And I'm a fan of soda. It's no thumbs up. It's different, more subtle. All right, Liverpool on the attack. Zobozlai brings it up to Kirkaz. Got some numbers here. Kirkaz with the cross to Frimpong, knocked down well. Defended by Arsenal. Okay, that was something on the counterattack. They tried, but now Arsenal coming back. Saka defended by Van Dijk. Now Kirkaz shot by Saka, saved by Allison. Good little shot. It's getting wet. Let's see what happens. I almost had the audacity to say this could end up being a 0-0 draw, but I don't think that's going to end up being the case. I think both teams are going to attack enough. So if it ends up being a 0-0 draw, it's going to be really frustrating because that means nobody put a shot on target, because I think both teams are going to have their opportunities. Let's just put it that way. Let's just put it that way. I wonder how much I can listen to what the commentators are saying. Without triggering the sound. Mike should do a pretty job at condensing. So we'll find out. No, that was an offside. Okay, well, guess not. Who's 12? Timber. Here come Arsenal. Defended out. Timber. To Saliba. To Saka. To okay. Odegaard's number 8. Cross comes in for Arsenal. Cleared out. Liverpool are defending pretty vigorously. I mean, okay. Wirtz, Szoboszlai, Gravenberg bringing it up. Wirtz plays it out to Frimpong. Plays it back to Bradley. Brings it under control. Konate plays it back out to Frimpong, who gets knocked over but not fouled. Throw in for Arsenal. No, throw in for Liverpool. I can just tell by Trossard's reaction. His face gets so angry, Leandro Trossard, or he looks so coked out when he gets mad about a call. It's hilarious. Hilarious. Said that 17 times, I noticed, in the Two Clowns, One Circus video, which check out, that's live on YouTube. Live earlier than it was supposed to be, because I still figuring out what I'm doing. Well, I smoking the pipe. We should actually search. I might get demonetized for that. Okay, that's fine. Who cares? Trossard brings it. That's what I need to do. Just find the spot. There's not. Well, now Liverpool are bringing back up. Both teams just trying to settle into the game, really. It is raining pretty hard over there, so Liverpool up on the right side. Frimpong back to Wirtz into Gravenberg, who still has it. Top of the box, takes a shot, low, deflected. Cleared up by Arsenal. Picked up by Van Dijk to Konate. I guess at this point I'm just practicing commentating with myself, understanding how to do play-by-play for nothing, for whatever fake content that I do. Gravenberg, does a nice job of shielding the ball from Trossard there. Plays it to Szoboszlai with some fancy footwork, who plays it to Frimpong. Plays it back to Szoboszlai. Konate playing it back to Van Dijk. Liverpool slowly building on the attack. Gakpo out to the left side. Kirkaz, Van Dijk, Kanate, more of this side to side circulation. Zobazlai to McAllister in the middle, to Wirtz in the middle, who tries to play it up to. It's a lot of passes. It's hard to keep saying the names. More circulation in the midfield. Back to Kirkaz at the midfield line. Van Dijk. Now the circulation's happening at the midfield line. Sideways. They're going to try again. Wirtz, Bradley, McAllister. Back to Van Dijk. Back to Kirkaz. Now halfway between Kanate and Alisson. And Alisson didn't really come anywhere for it. So Kanate goes. Now back. Now they're going backwards. Now they're going back forwards. Now they're attacking back forwards. Here comes Bradley on the run to Frimpong. Touches a little too hard, but he played it hard and he got off the crossbar. And Gakpo takes a shot. Who was that? Was that McAllister or was that Zobazai? Now Bradley beating two defenders, and then the Arsenal defender just takes a step in. Was that Zobazai or was that Wirtz or was that McAllister that tried to chip him? That was interesting. That was interesting because Arsenal panicked and played, I don't know who it was, but somebody played a really strong ball back to Raya that he was not expecting. Here comes McAllister. And Raya just had to kind of scramble to kick it and only kicked it as far as... Here comes Frimpong with his left foot, cleared out by Gakpo. Cleared out by one of the defenders. So, hold on. Let's see. So, that was a good piece of play by Liverpool to come back, to come up. Raya just gets wrong-footed on the clearance. And I think that was Bradley. Bradley brings the ball up. Plays Frimpong, plays it a little too fast, gets the ball back, tries to chip Raya, and hits the crossbar. Hits the crossbar, and Saliba and Raya are doing this to each other, saying they need to talk. Okay. You know, that was lovely in build-up. Had that gone in, I think it would have psychologically been a big blow to Arsenal. I think psychologically that would have been a big blow to Arsenal had they let a goal like that. And psychologically it would have been a huge boost to Liverpool had that gone in. All right, Frimpong wins the ball. Wins the goal kick off of Trossard. So already a quick start. I need to, on the soundboard, I need to have a goal and some other... things. Comes a throw in. Push. That's going to be a kick in a dangerous spot for Arsenal. A set piece for a team that's dangerous. A set piece in a dangerous spot for a team that's dangerous on set pieces. So... what's going to happen from this set piece. Who is that taking it? Here it comes, back post, picked up by Allison. Pretty straightforward. I think there was a miscommunication there. That was Declan Rice. And then Allison tries the long clearance for Kirkez. Zubamendi's 36, who's bringing it up. All right. Here comes the ball out to Saka. Kirkez all over him. Kirkez all over him like an Eastern European dude would chase a chick at 2 a.m. out of a nightclub. Milos Kirkez, I'm sorry for ripping you, dude. You're just such an easy target. I can see why everybody on the team rips you. Nobody's come out and said it, but just by your demeanor, you can tell. Here it comes in, headed out by Liverpool, picked up by, Trossard's going to let it go out for a throw and pick up another ball and throw it in. Comes back in for Trossard all the way back to Odegaard. Plays it back to Raya. Maybe the iPad is the one that should have the team stuff in front of me. Be easier to maybe navigate. All right, Arsenal with a lot of possession. Playing backward now. RNA slot saying push up. Saying push up further. Sing a song to bring a goal. Mikel Arteta being Mikel Arteta. All the way back to Allison, to Kanate. Who gets a throw? Kind of yelled at by Szoboszlai. The scoreboard on this side looks a lot better. Oh, here's a ball over the top to Frimpong. Oh, Frimpong, get up. He goes down holding his ankle. Like maybe he got, I hope it's maybe he got chopped down, but he's beating the turf. Like something's wrong, which would not be good. And now an Arsenal player is tending to him while Arsenal bring it back up in attack. It would really be. Here's Zubamendi to Declan Rice to Trossard. Trossard trying to cut it back in for a shot, and it went wide off a deflection. And now Frimpong's still down, holding his foot. Now there's a little sort of bust up going on with Declan Rice and Virgil van Dijk. Like the whole teams are getting involved. I don't know what the referee is doing. Looks like Paul Tierney. This is having now a word with Van Dijk. We're having a strong conversation about something while Frimpong's getting attention. Let's see what happens here. Frimpong goes for the ball and don't know that it's a foul. I mean, he kind of does get trotted on. The slightest of touches, moving at speed. I don't think that's going to be given inside the box. Now he's kind of limping it off. Has to go off the pitch while Liverpool defend this corner. Their center backs are going to crowd into Allison. Saka's going to take the corner from the left side. Here it comes, headed out. Collected by Declan Rice. Skips past. Bradley comes in, flashes it across the box, comes all the way across. Collected by Saka on the right touchline. Crossed in, headed out by Van Dijk. And now Gakpo. Wonder if they're going to let Frimpong on. Not yet. Frimpong's waiting on the touchline in the position that he could have affected. Now they're going to let Frimpong back on. Now Arsenal with the ball moving around to Saka. Arsenal circulating it to the left side. Now back. Trossard on the left side, bringing him back up. Oh, that's a good piece of play. There's a cross in. Brought down by Gravenberg and collected by Rice. Not sure that. Who was that? Timber? Yeah, Timber was onside, but it was close. Could have gone either way. When, I mean, I'm not sure that he was. I'm not sure that he wasn't. So, never like close calls like that. It's called back for a foul. Well, Mikel Arteta bitches at the ref about something or the other. Saka. Zero zero first half so far. About 3.5 minutes of regular time left. Yeah, the scoreboard could look a little better, and it will over time, but overall, the infrastructure is not looking bad. Here it comes across in by Timber, headed out, brought down, and kind of karate kicked down in the air by Allison, who saves it, but it looked like it kind of caught him by surprise, or he saw it later. There's Trossard in front of him, who's actually onside, and he whiffed at it. And had he touched that any which way, that would have gone in or made. Oh, here's a pass to Saka, who takes a shot. Some defending on his. He was on his backside, Kirkez, and he defended that. And here's a foul on Gakpo, it looks like. Kirkez was sitting on his ass and somehow defended that shot. Saka comes in. Oh, my God. Saka comes in, fights him off with his left, gets the ball, and then Kirkez comes sliding in, blocks the first shot. Kirkez tries to get the second one, and Kirkez, sitting on his backside, stabs at it with his foot and knocks the ball away. All right. Like that from Kirkez. In general, I don't want to speak too soon, but I feel like he's been more positionally aware. Maybe because he can't go too far with Saka there. Or he knows he has to get back, or somebody has to get there because that's their Arsenal's strength. So they've definitely talked about that. But when he's back there defending, not desperately either, he isn't bad. He isn't bad. You know, yeah, the component on the right side won't really even matter. Lots of room for advertising, though. Lots of ad space over there. This logo position will always change. I think the best chance of the game has been Bradley's chip of Raya. I mean, 2 minutes of stoppage time, and if that goal goes in the first half, it's definitely a different mood at halftime, and I think teams are having a different team talk with each other. Arsenal probably would come out more pissed off, but right now I don't know what they'll be saying. Arsenal, see what happens in the 1 minute of stoppage time remaining before I speak too soon, because I do feel like with the Leeds goal, I was sitting there talking about Gakpo having won it in the 94th minute, and then they, right as I'm talking about that, fucking Harrison fucking Reed. That's it. That's halftime. So yeah, 0-0. I think the best chance of the game has been Bradley's chip. It was a real moment of concern for Arsenal. Real moment of concern. It's time for halftime chocolate. Halftime chocolate ice cream, or just chocolate. Could just do a pudding snack pack, right? Oh, and I need to put the Topo Chicos in the fridge. I got the Topo Chicos. Let me get some pudding and Topo Chicos. I just thought we're going to just do the halftime scene instead. I'm back. Just eating my. Ended up being a Snickers bar. Or not a Snickers, a Twix. Twix. I went to get a pudding, but I didn't, and then it ended up being a Topo Chico mineral water. Topo Chico. All right, here we're with the kickoff. My cat may beg for food. I hope my cat comes in and jumps up here and says hi on the stream. The the NBC announcers were really sucking Arsenal schlong at halftime, so in my opinion. Yeah, no foul. Get up. I didn't think they were giving Kirkaz enough praise. I thought Kirkaz was having a fantastic job against Saka in the first half. Here's Gakpo pulling it down, holding off Saliba, plays it back to McAllister, plays it back to Van Dijk, who plays it up to Gravenberch, plays it into Wirtz, back to McAllister, to Van Dijk, the touchline to Gakpo, plays it up to Kirkaz, plays it back to Gakpo, Gravenberch. Gravenberch? That's how, like, the Scouse say it. And that's how Jamie Carragher said it. Gravenberch? There's, like, Scouse accents, and then there's the Jamie Carragher accent. Frimpong brings it down. Back to Szoboszlai. To Gravenberch. Oh, plays it to Kirkaz, who kind of let it play across him. Words at the top of the box, dancing around. Words making a nuisance of himself. He picks up the ball, top left corner of the box. Gets hounded by Arsenal defenders. I think the ball is gone from him. He's not really going to ever get that call in the box. Who is that? Trossard that stepped across him? Yeah. I don't think... Yeah, I mean, Wirtz is never getting that call, but... Yeah. I guess they checked it. VAR cleared it, but I don't think you're going to get that call in the box. But you do like to see Arsenal being a little worried about Wirtz. And Wirtz being a little lively. Here they come now. On the left side, sniffed out by Frimpong. And goes out for a goal kick. I'm going to put my gloves on because my hands are cold. It's not that cold outside. My house is either 10 degrees hotter or 10 degrees colder than what it is outside. It's a lot of times it's great weather outside in LA. Like near perfect weather in LA. But saw an article on LA Times that it was like dress for the warmest place or dress for the coldest place in LA. And it said your apartment. And I was like, that's so true. And then so I started reading it. Here they play the ball up, but it's gonna peter out. So I started reading the article, and it literally had their solution was like buy a $400 duvet cover and like a $200 shawl and all this other shit. And I was like, dude, I can't afford fucking proper heating and insulation. You think I'm going to be able to afford a $400 duvet cover? Get the fuck out of here. You know? What is wrong with you? Yeah, the NBC crew really just ripped Liverpool for quote unquote running a low block, which I mean, and not attacking and all this stuff, which I mean you could say, but Liverpool don't really have attackers. You know? Sure, Gakpo, but Gakpo's wouldn't really say he's a center forward type. Here's Gravenberch on the turn. Gets the foul. Wirtz got the foul. Wirtz making a nuisance of himself. Man, I hope one day the Footy Par brand can say it was around for 130 years, like Topo Chico. This is not sponsored by Topo Chico in any sort of fucking way at all. I just think that's a flex as a brand. And I really hope it was some dude named Topo, this Native American dude drinking from this spring, and his name was Topo. They're like, hey, Chico. Hey, Topo Chico. He's like, I'm going to make a brand around that. And he made mineral water. Oh, here comes the ball to Frimpong, who's chasing it down. Was ahead of everybody. Lively. Brings it down. Played like a number 9 there. Brought it down, held up play, got everybody else back involved, and now Liverpool have it, and now it's back to him. Between Frimpong and Wirtz, sometimes their passes, I can't tell if they're too good or they're accidental because they surprise everyone, including their own teammates. Mineral water is making me bubbly. Effervescent, if you will. Extended spell of possession for Liverpool. It has been a lot of Arsenal possession, but Kirk now. Van Dijk. Gravenberch plays it over the top to Bradley, who was in an advanced central striker, number 9 role there, to Kanate. Plays it to Allison, who heaves it up field. Kind of corralled now by Declan Rice. Looking around. moved around, brought up by Arsenal. Trossard plays off Bradley for a throw in. Arteta was doing, I'm going to call it, he was doing the boof. He was boofing, and he was just going like this to the sideline where it looked like he was trying to boof a fat lady. No shame in that. Here comes Trossard. Puts it in. Oh. Fancy. Played it to... Who is that? Who did that come to? 36. Zubamendi. Kind of... Yeah, that could have been dangerous had Zubamendi controlled that. Second time I feel like we're saying that about Arsenal. And now Hincapié looks like he has a cramp, and so 49. Who the f is 49 for Arsenal? Miles Lewis Skelly. I had to look down the substitution list. Oh, we have a time. Let me see why. So Frimpong is listed as an attacking midfielder, right? Florian Wirtz is listed as a number 9. For okay. So in this, Wirtz should probably be, because, yeah, Wirtz is playing a false 9, essentially. Here come Liverpool, Van Dijk to Gakpo, McAllister to Bradley to Frimpong. Frimpong crosses it in, cleared out by Rice for a throw. Frimpong could be, I mean, you see the potential there. He just doesn't, seems like he's not really, he's kind of just mostly doing his own thing. A lot of times. He does his own thing well, but okay. Okay. Bradley. Gakpo, Wirtz, McAllister, Zobozlai, Van Dijk, Gakpo, trying to get past Timber, I think it was. Cleared up by Raya, headed down by Van Dijk to McAllister. Played back to Gravenberg, to Kirkez, Gakpo, Kirkez, Gravenberg. Back to Gakpo. Back to Van Dijk. Kanate. To Van Dijk. To Gakpo. That's Gravenberg. Yeah, fucking Liverpool with their three players who look exactly the same. One of them's injured. And Isak. All right, McAllister wins a free kick in a similar position to where Zobozlai struck that free kick against Arsenal in the first leg. A little bit later on, about 20 minutes from now in that game, 80 something minute, and he's definitely standing over it with a determined look on his face. Word said something to him, and he's like, yeah, sure, whatever. What if he beats Raya again? What if he beats Raya again from that same spot? They're moving, okay? Here he comes. Puts it over. And, you know, okay. In the last game, though, he had actually, and he didn't really connect with that well, but in the last game, he actually, because that one was a little further out and his one was a little closer, but in the last game, he had a similar one at a similar time from that same position before he had the one that came in. All right, here's Bradley. Here's Gravenberg to Kanate all the way back to Allison to Van Dijk, who heaves it up the field. Van Dijk is actually, he's starting to just clear the ball a little bit more, and now plays it out to Frimpong, who's got some space, who brings it, who tries to cut it back. Gakpo is picked up by Zobozlai. He's figuring out what to do with it. Plays it to Gravenberg, who plays it towards to McAllister, to Zobozlai. Takes a shot, is blocked. Okay. Gakpo. No, Gravenberg. Gakpo and Gravenberg, they definitely look very similar from their profile when you see them on that big wide shot cam at the stadium. Frimpong, Bradley linking up on the right side. Peters out. And Lewis Skelly wins a foul. Arsenal preparing two more subs. Number 11 for 19. Who is that? 19 is Trossard, comes off for Martinelli. And Jesus is on for Gyökeres. Jesus is on for Gyökeres. Jesus takes his first touch on the ball, and his second, and his third. And Kanate cuts it out. Gravenberg bringing the ball up. Good control by Gravenberg. Oh, turns him. The Gravenberg turn. Oh, and then Bradley plays it out to Frimpong, who has the ball, cuts it back. Oh, just a little bit beyond Wirtz's reach. That was real close. They're getting closer. They're getting closer. Oh, they're getting closer. And if I'd be willing to say it is that connection, he just played it a little bit behind Wirtz and with the on-rushing defender. Yeah. That was very close. That was very, very close. It's not going to go down as anything because of the shot wasn't taken, but I can tell you that was within inches because Wirtz, I think, would have a good look at goal. Wirtz would have definitely a good shot, and I mean Wirtz from that position, you like his odds. Martinelli is down. Oh, he pulls it back now. Head injury. Martinelli is down again. Martinelli is down again. I don't know why the table flashes on and off for a minute. Saka got a ball to the face. That's what's taking time. Remember, don't do anything illegal, kids, in your local jurisdiction. Don't break any laws. Oh, did my substitutions update? No, they did not. There's the ball to Frimpong. We are going to try to make some updates. Okay. They're just kind of playing kickball a little bit. I'm going to try to apply match updates into the scoreboard on this side here. On this side. Real quick. Now. Let's see. On the display scoreboard, we want to apply the same match events for yellow cards, red cards, and also include substitutions. Arsenal picking the ball up. Kind of being a little dangerous. Saka is magically okay now. Kirkaz again wins it. Arsenal win it back. Kirkaz has been pretty good on Saka. Saka's been their central point of attack, and he's been pretty good. We need to display events also as they happen within the display scoreboard. We also need to see substitutions applied on the player display when a player gets subbed. I wonder if I can use another model again yet. Zlai, Bradley, Frimpong, Wirtz, back to Kanate, We're going to see what our coding robot comes back with. He already said something. It's doing stuff on the wrong page. It's doing stuff on the wrong page. Here's Frimpong. Cross in. Headed out. Zobozlai took another wild shot. Oh, this robot's doing stuff on the wrong page. Did it finish doing stuff on the wrong page? Yeah, it did. I'm specifically... Arsenal trying to play it out the back and kind of getting in a little trouble. Now they finally get it out, but not that far. McAllister picks it up. Skips past a couple players to Zobozlai, who has another shot blocked. Gravenberg. Kanate, Bradley, out to Frimpong. To Gravenberg. Van Dijk. Kirkez. Gakpo. Wirtz. Gakpo. Gravenberg. Bradley. Frimpong. Oh, you could have played it back to Bradley. Now he does. Plays it back to him. Crosses it in. Cleared out. Brought down by Bradley. Oh, I don't know who that was to, but... let's see how much it messed up this component. Not much, but I completely forgot about the cards. And also, okay, so that works. Here's the thing. I'm going to need to select it again. Arsenal have the ball. Okay, well, that showed up. Players are not available. See if that fills in. Here's a long ball over the top for Jesus. I think that's Jesus. Saka on the... Oh. I don't think that was Saka. Does that show the players that have been substituted in? I don't think so. We do not That was a good ball in. Here's a ball to Gakpo, who heads it down to nobody, but somehow comes to words. In the events or in the applied player graphic. Or in the applied player graphic. I need to take a picture of this so I can show my dev robot. We want to see who the... And here's another free kick. Szoboszlai in that position. 80th minute. What was I saying earlier about... how he had a free kick in the 60th in the first game? And he kind of missed it, and then he hit one in the 80th. Well, he had a free kick in the 60th. He missed it. This is a different position. It's not the same position. Here it comes, though. Oh, and that was close. That grazed the top of the net. That grazed the top of the net. That was very, very, very close. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I think Raya has it covered. I think Raya has it covered. Szoboszlai gets pulled back, does not get the foul. The second image is a reference image. And Szoboszlai gets kicked in the chest. I'm going to use some ESPN images. Goal. There isn't a good way to display. Okay. Oh, here come Arsenal. Martinelli pops it up. Offside. What we would want this to look like. Oh, okay, I did paste both images. Somebody else got a yellow card. See if that event flashes up. Or if I have to refresh that manually. I'm pushing them back. Tierney's letting a lot of stuff play on. Okay. So substitutions and yellow cards are not being properly detected. Do not see the player substituted in. We do not see the player substituted in, nor do we see the events. I had to refresh to get the foul on Gakpo, second yellow card to display. So we don't seem to be listening for the events at all on the what the fuck is this file called? On the display page or the league scoreboard display. Okay, Liverpool with the ball. I mean, now we're in the final almost 2 minutes of the game, so anything could really happen here. Let's start paying attention because Liverpool tend to do shit late in games here this season. Kirk has Gravenberg. Gakpo. Van Dijk. Plays it over the top to nobody. To nobody at all. I think I'm going to have to refresh this. Unknown player. Why does it say unknown player? An unknown player got a yellow card. Great. We're in the 90th. This is another match where no events have happened. At least yesterday, a lot of events happened, so I could validate that what was and wasn't working on the scoreboard. But today, only the second event was that yellow card. Okay. Jesus tried to head it, but straight at Allison, who tries to spring a quick counter that gets sniffed out. Allison gets the ball. Got 4 minutes of stoppage. Looks like McAllister got a yellow card. I did not see that event happen in real time. That only happened after I refreshed the page. It was in the 90th minute, so I couldn't validate. One of these days, maybe I need... one of these days, I need to just have this and the debug log going at the same time so I can see when I'm looking away what happens. Because in the debug, the unknown player yellow card in the 83rd minute, it sends that data from ESPN as an unknown player. So that's interesting. Wow. And now, somehow magically, after all of this time, the venue started populating. Wow. Strange. Does it show the substitutions? It does not show the substitutions. Looks like Bradley's down. Medical staff rushing over. And another bust up. Some pushing. Yellow card for Martinelli. Let's see what happens. Let's see if that event happens. Let's see if that event shows up in the event log. Do not see it in the event log. Hell of a game when I'm sitting here debugging code again. $90 plus 3. There was a yellow card that did not happen. Before refresh. There's more busting up that happened. Okay, hold on. Somebody might have gotten a red card. There's still, I think they came back in. No, it's still the same one. McAllister pushed Martinelli away. Kanate pushed Jesus. Fisticuffs. This is still the same thing going on. Bradley is getting stretchered off the field with his jersey in his face, and Gomez is coming on in the midst of all of that. That's not good news. Something has had to have happened. Yeah. Two yellow cards, Kanate and Martinelli. We are not getting the events at all. It still needs a manual refresh. Those above are console logs. Those above are console logs. Before and after manual refresh, which show we never get the event in the browser. All right, Arsenal have a corner late. Let's see how much time that they put back on the clock. It's already the 97th minute. Late, and that goes out. And that's it. 0-0. Dare I say it, in the first half, a 0-0. I said it in the first half. I mean, that was a chance. They had a chance at the back post. There are two Arsenal players with the back post open. And, you know, yeah. I mean, everybody still has a shot. That's the takeaway here. Just takeaway. Real lost opportunity for Arsenal. As a Liverpool fan, as a Liverpool supporter, I will take it. Points on the road at the top club to make sure that we're not losing games. Sure, you'd like to see a few more wins, but you know, I'm a realist. I always knew that this was coming. This sophomore slump was coming. I thought it was actually a little bit. I mean, I'll gladly take winning the Premier League. Don't get me wrong. I'll gladly take winning the Premier League. But with Slot winning it in his first year, you always knew a sophomore slump was coming, right? So we're clearly in the midst of that sophomore slump. To look ahead to Liverpool's next fixtures. Let's see. Liverpool have Barnsley in the FA Cup coming up on Monday. Monday at LA time, it's 11:45, and I'm in LA time. So, And then the next Premier League match is Saturday, January 17th. So that's 9 days from now. It's not, this weekend is all FA Cup. Then the week after is some fixtures come hard and fast between both the Champions League and the Premier League, right? Because then there's Marseille, then there's Bournemouth, at Bournemouth, Marseille's at Marseille. Well, first, okay, so there's Barnsley, there's Burnley. Both of those are at home. Marseille, Bournemouth, Qarabag, and at least that's in Anfield, so there's not crazy travel. And then Newcastle at home before the month of February, where the first fixture right now is Man City at home, February 8th, which is the next big league match, because you got 19th place Burnley next at home. Then well, you got Barnsley on the FA Cup. That's a different story. But you got Burnley in the league next, so at home. So the expectation is you get 3 points there, right? Then you got Bournemouth at Bournemouth, and the expectation should be to get 3 points there. If this was last year, we'd find a way to get 3 points. So, but maybe, who knows? And then you got Newcastle at home on the 31st. And Newcastle is right now, let's see what happens between now and the 31st and the 8th, because this is a year where nobody wants to do anything. Nobody wants to, at least, and it was very exciting as a Liverpool supporter. Liverpool came out and every week in, week out, they would go down and they would win, and you would go up. They have the look of champions. We said it over and over again in these matches last year. Like, had this been last year, this match Liverpool would have won this match, right? And Liverpool are not there this year. I'm a realist, not a blind supporter. But this was Arsenal's opportunity to come out and go, hey, we are going to win this thing. We have the look of champions. And they didn't. And they didn't. And they did, and they didn't. And everybody's right in this thing. Sure, Arsenal have a lead, but it's not going to be comfortable. They're not going to be celebrating, 5 games ahead of the season ending. I bet that's what Tim Howard and Robbie Mustoe and Rebecca Lowe are saying in front of me right now. I noticed I say a lot, so I'm going to see if I say that a lot. Anyway, that's it. Like and follow and subscribe, please. New channel coming up. I'm going to talk a lot about Liverpool, but we're going to talk a lot about everything that's going on in English football and the league. I should specifically say top flight English football. We might dip into some other stuff. But yeah, like, follow, subscribe. Come on, please. Come on. I know you subscribe to dumber stuff than this. Come on. You subscribe to really, really dumb stuff. I know you do. I know. Okay? I know that. And I won't tell